When we were young, my father would say, "Fetch the calves up from Andy Lathey's." Andy Lathey's was a small field at the end of a long lane overlooking the bog. The Blackstairs Mountains shadowed it from the left, and the sheltered lane was always full of primroses and bluebells in May. It was pretty in summer, but must have seemed rather lonely in winter, situated as it was at least a half a mile away from the nearest house. Andy lived alone and had no relatives that were known of. He signed up for the British Army in 1914, lured by the promise of a weekly wage, new boots and a uniform. He was a young man and wanted more than an existence. He latched his gate and set out on the great adventure. As he made his way up the lane on that last day, it was as if he was seeing it all for the first time. It was dinner time and the men were in for their meal. The dogs were lying in the sun at the half door, waiting for scraps, lifting their heads as he passed. He heard the rattle of pots and delf as they sat down to eat, and snatches of conversation through the open sash windows. He saw Ellen, the farm girl, hurrying down the lane with a bucket of water from the pump. His eyes threatened to fill. He realised that he would miss this place. He would come back, he promised himself. He would make some money and have some few stories to tell. He couldn't have imagined the horror of what lay ahead. Faced with death on a massive scale, live in conditions reduced to that of animals, and on a foreign soil, dying on some battlefield in a war that he didn't understand. The neighbours often wondered about him. No account of him was ever found. The house fell into ruin, but every year in March, the daffodils that he planted returned to give witness to the life of this forgotten Irishman. His name lives on in the field that he once called home. Nature remembers him, and we remember.